You're back. So you weren't eaten by lions then. Good. Did you have any luck with the journals? Oh, excellent. Let me see. Oh my, look at this gibberish. Driven insane by ancient ruins. This is a gold mine. The pseudo-intellectuals of Elden Root love this stuff. The commentary volumes alone will keep me employed for years to come. My career as a researcher may not be dead after all. Might even get a promotion. You've saved me from a life in the glass mines, my friend. May the Empyrean light protect you, wherever you go. Please enjoy our attractions. I'm terribly sorry they're so limited at the moment. I convinced my performers to come here, to spread high elf culture in these lands. Bring a little piece of Somerset to Grotwood, you see? But the train bugs are sick, our magician supplies are missing, and our storytellers' stories fell flat. None of us know the area well enough to resolve these matters. Now we're a carnival, with nothing but a fortune teller. Huzzah! I'd gladly pay the coin provided by the Somerset Cultural Expansion Council to anyone who would help us put on the show. My performers can best explain their setbacks. Connor is our bug trainer, Norian, our storyteller, and Vindare the Magnificent is, well, she's magnificent. I have to describe her that way. It's in her contract.
This one enjoys the great tree, but truly appreciates those who gather in its shade.
Behold, another blight upon what was once unbroken green.
Is that Sarondel's carnival? Oh, I love their trained shocks.
Shocks? Do they not spit fire and breathe flame? Is that not dangerous in a forest?
A little singed foliage is a small price to pay for such novelties. I simply must return after the conclusion of our tour.
A little singed. King Camor and Eridon must be told of this madness. Come along.
This one enjoy. This one enjoy.
To be honest, I don't mind the carnival not being full operational. I prefer shopping to spectacle.
I hear you are giving a hand to the performers. That is great news. Maybe my stock won't spoil after all.
I'm sorry, they forced me to do it. I had no choice.
Here we reap our mother's wheat. It's time for sleep, my boy, my boy.
I can't believe it. Free.
Look at them. Limbs so sluggish and carapaces dreadfully dull. When you've raised the shocks since they were pupae, it gnaws at your heart to see them so listless. They're having trouble managing the local grass. So I've put them on an all-hay diet. And the climate. It's more humid than they're used to in Somerset. If I didn't know any better, I'd say they were homesick. When they were younger, I'd grind mudcrab eyes into paste and give it to them as a treat. I think it would raise their spirits again. But nobody sells mudcrab eyes. And I can't leave my shocks to fade away while I scour the coasts. I would forever be in your debt, my friend. A dozen would be enough to go around if you wouldn't mind. And I won't mind if they're a little mashed when I get them. Saves me some work.
I don't even mind that we're not drawing in the crowds yet. I needed a break from that repetitive windbag Norian.
I'm sorry, but I have nothing to say. That is my problem. I literally have nothing to say to these people. All my stories about the amazing deeds of long-dead high elves. The first rule of my profession is to know your audience, and Grotwood is not a place to tell such tales. I plan to seek out wood elf stories in taverns and libraries, but since we arrived, I've heard of countless troubles in Grotwood. The Worm Cult, pirates, wood elf rebels. It's all the same. I'd rather keep to the safety of the carnival. The wood elves rarely write their stories down. But I heard Scholar Glorolan in the Elden Root Mages Guild is the one to ask. If you're headed that way, would you mind asking for a book? It could be written in Old Akaviri for all I care. Anything would help.
I hope you didn't travel from far away just to see Vendare the Magnificent. I am not performing at present. My magic cannot function safely in front of a crowd. The, stars are out of alignment. Oh, did she? Did she also tell you how she promised that would make 10 times our normal take by coming to this godforsaken backwater? Did she mention how she said shipping my supplies wouldn't be an issue? The shipping was fine. It's the delivery where it fell apart. My belongings arrived at the docks of Haven without incident. But due to the recent problems in the city, no one has any idea when deliveries will resume. As far as I'm aware, yes. They're in the nicest looking trunk on the dock. I had it touched up by a painter in Matisen, you know. But with the pirate attack, who knows when Haven will be stable enough to deliver their backlog of shipments. I couldn't ask you to lug that heavy monstrosity all the way here. Its triple reinforced steel with an inch-thick lead interior discourages my competition from snooping. I just need the supplies inside, if you wouldn't mind, of course. Any luck with the supplies? They should still be in Haven.
Huh?
Given the recent troubles in the area, the people of Grotwood need a little entertainment to raise their spirits.
Yes, my vision dream speaks true. You are the one my mistress seeks. Hear ye and be inspired. I have heard the word of the Dread Lady, and those words have led me to you. I bring you greetings and a message from my lovely and powerful mistress. Prepare to be enlightened. Well, the greeting is actually from me. My mistress isn't big on the niceties of social interaction. The message, however, is definitely meant for you. You look just like the person she showed me in my vision dream. Relax, it was a perfectly innocent vision dream. An image in my head so I'd recognize you, you understand. She ordered me to deliver a letter. The one over there on that table, actually. May the blessings of the Dread Lady be upon you, chosen mortal. My mistress's letter waits over there. I had to put it down. For some reason, carrying it all this way made my skin itch and my head tingle, and not in a good way. Only you can read it, or so the Dread Lady informed me.
Why would I want to live with refugees, especially when the Dominion thinks they may be...
I am too lowly to speak of...
I don't mean to... I mean, I know you're busy.
No.
But you have a bounty on your head that needs
like
paying.
to not belong. I hope the Argonians find a place here, for their sake.
Stop!
This one
I
hates
mean
the
it!
sight of blood. There's a tribe of Argonians living east of South Point. Why not settle there with them?
Why would I want to live with refugees? Especially when the Dominion thinks they may be spies.
Ah, I didn't know. This one remembers what it's like to not belong. I hope the Argonians find a place here, for their sake.
Yes, my vision dream speaks true. You are the one my mistress seeks.
This one serves the Dominion well, and knows many others are the same way as he. What happens when all we disgruntled walkers refuse to fight for elves who do nothing for us? Battles will be lost. This, I promise.
So many fellow walkers are upset, disquieted by the silence of the Thalmor when we entreat them for answers. This one knows the burden that is documentation. They were prompt with Vabashi's trade permits. She will be patient with them.
Calling it cat drugs is demeaning to me and my people.
I may have spoken harshly, but moon sugar is dangerous. It's used to make skooma, as your people know very well. And therefore, it's a drug. If skooma is illegal, moon sugar should also be.
Preposterous. That's like saying we should stop growing golden pears because they are used to make ale. You elves are too much for me sometimes, always losing sight of the forest for the trees. Well, what do you think? Yes, you there. What are your thoughts on this? Tell this high elf she's being ridiculous. Yes, moon sugar is used to make skooma, but Khajiit use it as a spice. It's a facet of Khajiiti cultural cuisine. Moon sugar shouldn't be regulated because some people use it for the wrong reasons. Finally, one who understands this Khajiit. If only this one's neighbors could be as accommodating and wise. The High Elf should listen to you. Hear that, High Elf? The Traveler agrees with me. Your people are haughty and oppressive.
There with them.
I can't believe you drug-addled cats were allowed to join the
Why would I
Dominion.
want to live with refugees? Especially when the Dominion thinks they may be spies.
Ah, I didn't know. This one remembers what it's like to not belong. I hope the Argonians find a place here, for their sake.
Why do you encourage her behavior? These blasted cat people need to learn that some customs will not be accepted in the Dominion. I'm glad it's not people like you making the rules around here.
Khajiit is happy to meet someone who understands us. Malira thought the elves would be more welcoming.
sick and tired of being treated like kitten-headed fools by the Thalmor. They file and deliver their papers, sign us empty promises. And what do we have to show for it? Nothing. Abuse? Yes, that is what it is.
This one enjoys the great tree.
Pandar's fingers. What now?
Why would I want to live with refugees? Especially when the Dominion thinks they may be spies.
Ah, I didn't know. This one remembers what it's like to not belong. I hope the Argonians find a place here for their sake.
These beasts belong to the embassy staff. They are not for sale, so don't ask. One of those little Bosma creatures sells horses outside of the big tree, assuming you can even afford one.
The best skooma in Bruma, they used to say. But what does reputation matter now that pirates attacked Haven? This one bets 5 bottles of her best product that those filthy butchers slaughtered half our clientele. Pirates in Haven. Pirates! Months of delicate negotiations, cultivating contacts, and finding a workable distribution chain. All of it up in smoke because of thrice-damned pirates!
You can rest assured we'll take good care of your valuables here.
My, you've been busy. Let us do business, my friend. I assume you weren't followed.
Shh! No need for all of Valenwood to know what you brought me.
Listen, I've been in this game a long time, and take my advice, it's not worth it.
Take a look at what I've got here.
May the hand of Auriel guide us to greater peace than exists in this moment. No house or kinship should suffer undue strife from within, and that is exactly what the Dominion is encountering now. It's troubling.
Nothing about you says risk or challenge, and especially not punch a troll in the face while wearing a crown made from your own trousers. If you care to prove me wrong, I could introduce you to my two best friends, Gold and Bragging Rights. There's a place called the Corpse Garden, which... Look, I don't name these things. Local bumpkins hear noises in old tombs and give them flowery labels. This time, the bumpkins are right. The Corpse Garden is actually full of angry spirits. Take these ancestor wards and place them around the tomb. It should confuse the spirits and prevent them from trying to leave. Oh, find the toughest spirit and smash it to powder. Or goop, preferably while the others are watching.
This one doesn't have time for strangers. Sorry. This one has an entire loaf to finish.
Don't talk to me. I might vomit on your shoes.
Go away. I've got nothing for you. This table's for the undaunted. Or what counts as undaunted in these parts, anyway.
Honest merchant, trust this one.
Come, do your trick.
Can I help you?
Yes.
I've got what you need.
You have anything for Nagadu? Or you need anything Nagadu has to sell? Either way, he is here.
Greetings. If you want to hear a story, I guess I can tell you one. I'm just full of stories because I'm a spinner. We're made of fiction, haven't you heard? I know a lot of stories, I guess, but mostly I try to tell things how they happened. So go on, ask me how something happened. Maybe a story about why nature works, or why we Bosma drink all the time, or the way Falinesti was, when it was. Oh, I love this story. I always end up with a drink after it. So, drinking is a sacrament to Ifre. Can you guess why that is? Never mind, let me tell you. It's because it's his way of reminding us not to take things too seriously. Well, yes. You know how the other elves are. Altmer had the crystal towers, and that's how they want to be, cold and perfect. And Dunmer are just like their red mountain, smoldering and dark. We just want to have a drink and not worry about it. Well, there is, but it's not really important, so don't worry about it. After all, if you worry about it, you're living contrary to how Ifre would want you to. You see? Hello, I'm a spinner. I know a lot of stories, I guess. A long, long time ago, shortly after the beginning of time, Ifre crystallized and became himself. This is common knowledge. Everyone knows this. Well, mostly everyone. Anyway, for a while, after the world was made, everything was chaos. All of it. Well, mostly for some reason, we mortals, I mean, we're all plants and animals and people all at the same time. I'm not really sure how that would work. Like, were creatures, maybe, except, you know, always changing all the time. Ifre sang to the chaos and told it to stop being so chaotic. They formed a committee or something, and from the chaos came nature and its laws. Trees are trees and trees grow, beasts are beasts and graze on prey of one another. You know. Oh, well, the mortals could understand these laws, so that gave them, us, really, I should say, a feeling of safety in the world. Because it was no longer really chaos, you know. Through our ability to grasp it, we could live with it or control it. Maybe. Probably. I don't know. Does it really matter? It's the way things are. Hello, I know a lot of stories, I guess, but Fallen Esti was and is a walking city. A city in the trees, as any good Bosma city must be, but the Grat trees in which Fallen Esti was built themselves were big walkers. They loved a good hike, you know, so they hiked all the time. I should have said probably is, I suppose. Fallen Esti had four sites it would stop and rest at, one for every season of the year. So I suppose it didn't hike all the time. Not always, at least. Anyway, it hasn't been seen for some time. I could tell you 100 reasons why, but none of them would be true, so I won't. The truth is, nobody seems to know. King Camorin might. The Camorins used to keep the throne in Fallen Esti, but you'd have to ask him about it. Well, you asked me, and it's interesting to think about, isn't it?
I wear my armor proudly, for it is a symbol of the legion with which I once served, not the one that exists today. Help the Dominion retake Cyrodiil. Help us make the Empire right.
Haven is free of pirates. Looks like General Endare kicked them out.
How do you know? Were you there? I heard she had nothing to do with it.
This is about Cormount, isn't it? Don't blame her because you backed the wrong side.
My favourite thing about the Eldon tree is the gardens. They're cultivated, but also wild. The same plants you see elsewhere in Grantwood, but here kept safe from harm and disease. Just like pets, except plants. Plant pets?
Seek succor with the most succulent of foods you will ever find.
Since we've had more High Elves and Khajiit around, the food has gotten much more varied in Eldenroot. Of course, we provisioners practice the arts of cooking and brewing. Good food requires the best ingredients. We gather fresh meat and produce from crates, barrels, and the like. If we're lucky, we'll also find recipes in chests, trunks, and desks. Once you've copied the recipe down and acquired the necessary ingredients, that's when the real fun begins. Cooking pots and rotisseries can be found all over. You need only find one, select a recipe, and then indulge in the simple joy of cooking. Don't forget drink. Hearty meals will fill your belly, increasing your general well-being, both body and soul. Strong drink can stimulate the humors, allowing you to recover more quickly. If you're lucky, you might find a recipe that does both.
I used to live down in the Middens. It's a hard place to stop living once you start. Once you're down, it's hard to get back up, right? So once I came into some money, I got out of there. I can't go back. I just wish I could have bought my friends.
Strange wanderer, wandering wayfarer, roaming vagabond of adventure, hail, I invite you, sit a spell and join me. Perhaps I shall spin a tale for you, perhaps not. It all depends upon your temperament, doesn't it? To listen or to not. I do not spin in terms of whats, but rather in whens. The now of the songs that fill me consider the seas and skies, and that sea and sky beyond those of Mundus, Aetherius. So I may speak on any of these concerns, for now. Aetherius is the sea of light, the immortal plane, the origin of magic. Ifre sings not of Aetherius, but to it, weaving a song so beautiful that stars were compelled to dance and twinkle and sway. they still wink and blink in memory of that song. They are Aetherius. Rather, the sun and stars are holes pierced into the veil of night by Magnus and other spirits seeking to escape Nirn. These holes permit Aetherius's light to enter our world. From theirs to ours does magica trickle. Well, consider this. As Oblivion is a realm composed of realms, so too is Aetherius a bright sea with many realms within. Each of these stars is a window into these realms, and as these realms move, so too do they move, or close like doors. Now, that is an enormous question that I cannot answer. Many souls of mortals become spirits of another sort in that place, and that is all I can say with any certainty. As difficult as it is to travel to Oblivion, it is far more to go to Aetherius. The sky mirrors the sea, and the sea also reflects its mirror. Day, night, and the places between are the realm of the sky, as Ifre interpreted the time law Anuiel established within Nirn. Thus, the sky bridges time and nature, and measures both. Within each half of the sphere of reflection lies half of the potentialities of Nirn's way in any given moment. Each instant is a sea state or sky state. Each individual sees one or its other as weal or woe, and each moment can be turned on its side. Each moment so turned becomes an island in your path. For example, the Dwemer, united, had their way in Dwemeris. But one clan, Rorkin, the Wayward clan, struck anchor and sailed across the sky. Why do this? Mired in a sea, they sought the sky. Yes, change is wrought in Nirn in 6 ways, and the turning of islands is one of these, often described by others in other terms. Of course, it is possible to acknowledge these ways without understanding them. To spin them is all I can do. Ifre taught the birds to sing and the waves to lap against the beach. Through Ifre's song, he also gained sight perception of all that occurs within the sight of birds and the reflection of waters. And he echoes their songs and crashing waves. Of course, he sees and hears nothing, for Ifre is now the earthbones, the frame upon which nature is laid and woven. His sight perception and song echo instead are loomed through his bones and woven into tapestries of song for we mortals to study. The sea is all-enclosing, the water that encircles all of Mundus. The birds call out that which occurs over land to the sea, which reflects and echoes that song. Through study of the sea's mystery, it is possible to interpret Ifre's song tapestry. You already do, as do all mortals. Your frame of perception of the world is your own bones, akin to the earth bones. It is as possible to see into your own future and world as it is to immerse the self in hysteria, with no fear. To sing a law, and then speak into the heart of that law, convincing it of a subtle error and how it must change its own self. This is how nature's course, its own sea, is shaped and reshaped over time. Such changes can affect the whole of Mundus.
Yes. Yes, I've heard of you, I think. I suppose we can talk?
Names are like noses. Everybody has one. What you want is a
May Arcade drive back the darkness, forevermore.
Aetherius is a deep, dark, and endless sea. Endless, too, are the secrets of magic and its myriad forms and expressions. Consider me a tutor, provided you merit my tutelage.
Nobody makes bows like the Bosma. No, really, nobody does. Everyone else cuts down trees. It's insane.
You'll like the way you're dressed. I can guarantee that, I think.
My armor can withstand a charging Ogren. Can your armor do that? I don't think so.
Please, listen to me for just a moment. It's very important.
King Camor and Eridon put his cousin Gelthior
Did you
on
know
trial.
Wood Elves have a way with animals? Nobody else handles animals the same way we do, since we're the only people who observe the Green Pact. So really, I'm the best stable master you'll ever see.
doubt, if you will. My sister does not lie. I might go there to see for myself.
You look like someone who needs a bag, perhaps a sack, purse, or parcel? A sabretash, knapsack, or satchel? Medicine bag, messenger bag, bindle, or haversack? Or just a backpack? You decide. I'll be here.
So, you're telling me that no matter what happens, anything I put here will be safe?
Yes. We've never been robbed. Our security is peerless.
Excellent. I'll need you to take care of this for me then. Keep it safe.
This one can guarantee nothing.
What are our vaults made of? I'm not sure.
There's something about watching that scholar squirm that I really enjoy. I wonder if anyone would have a problem with me keeping him. Oh, but I bet he'd rummage through my things and make assumptions about me, even after living with me for a year.
I've spent a great deal of my life contemplating and studying enchantment and the soul. And I don't care anymore. If you'd like to buy my materials or findings, good luck.